I'll be speaking in the next 2 days to a couple of the rising stars of the Australian music industry. Tomorrow, that young man from Port Macquarie, Chris Rose, whose music I played you last week, he'll be one of the stars at next week's Talent Development Project graduation concert, and what a day that plans to be. Tuesday week, tomorrow week at the Sydney Entertainment Centre, starts at 1 o'clock, and you can book through Ticketmaster on 1300 883 622. 1300 883 622. Also on the bill will be young Jack Vidgen. He'll be graduating as well, and I'll be speaking to him on Wednesday about his debut album, which has just been released. But today, to a man whose second album has just been released. His name is Alfredo Malabello. Listen to this.
Boys, watch the girls, while the girls watch the boys, or watch the girls go by.
Now, this is just ridiculous, really, because in a day and age when performers are getting signed up by record companies when they're very young, Alfredo is very much an exception to the rule. He signed his first ever record deal on the day of his 50th birthday. His debut album, called Ciobella, was released last year, and now he's back with The Two of Us. It's got 8 English songs and 4 in Italian, and it's described as the perfect album for relaxing and romancing.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us.
And Alfredo is here. Good morning.
Oh, good morning, Alan. Hi. Nice to be here. Nice to be here.
I bet you can't believe what's happened.
I can't believe what's happened. Yeah, I mean, like, it's hit me twice. You know, the day of my 50th birthday, can you believe it?
And you're on a roll.
I'm on a roll, and I've been, blessed by Universal with this album and giving me Paul Wilshire as the producer of Human Nature million-seller album and all this wonderful, wonderful stuff. After so many years of 20 attempts at getting a record deal, and then I get it on my 50th birthday, not the day before, not the day after, but on the day of my 50th birthday.
Fantastic. Your parents came to Australia from Italy.
Yep, after, the early, late 50s Australian immigration program.
And what do they do for a living?
Well, Mum, was a mum, like an Italian mum, and she looked after all of us. And Dad was a welder who made big semi-trailers and road trains.
And where did you grow up and go to school?
I went to Norwood High School in Adelaide.
Yeah, there you are. And when did you start all this music?
Well, I started playing the accordion at the age of 10.
As all little Italian boys do.
Yeah, and then I grew chest hair. And then it was like a big epilady, but anyway. But yeah, I used to play every Sunday, learn classical pieces for my godfather. Not the godfather, but a godfather. Yeah. And every Sunday I used to perform with my accordion for my godfather and let him hear all the stuff that I've learnt the week prior.
And we should make that point. You say that you've performed everywhere, haven't you?
I've performed all over the world. I've played in piano bars in New York, in Los Angeles, in San Francisco, in Nashville, and all around Australia, Milan, London, Iceland.
So how many years would you have been travelling and performing?
Travelling and performing, I'd say, sincerely, 25 years. And that's conservatively.
And that's playing. So you were playing piano, accordion. But now it's just been singing in recent times, hasn't it?
It's been singing. I mean, this whole thing started because of taking up acting 3 years ago.
Acting? God, acting. Now, where did that all go? Where's that taking you to?
Well, it's opened the door to all of this stuff. I mean, 3 years ago, I had a crisis point, and I was literally going nuts. So I took up acting workshops to sort of get a fresh perspective on life, and then 20 short films later, and then winning a Best Actor for one of these indie festivals in Perth, I got the role of Leo Cometti in an SBS miniseries, who was an Italian father, runs an Italian restaurant, and while he's in the restaurant, he's singing in Italian.
Right up your alley.
Yeah, and then that opened the door to the SBS record deal, SBS and Universal.
Why, when you think you've done all of this, did it take so long until your 50th birthday for anyone to sign you to an album? Or was that something you weren't interested in previously?
I tried 20 times, Alan.
Really?
But you know what? In hindsight, I wasn't ready for it.
No?
I wasn't ready. I'm ready now.
And recorded in Byron Bay?
Recorded in Byron Bay, of all places. It was beautiful.
And how did you... have a listen to this. This is a fantastic story.
God bless you. You make me feel brand new. For God bless me with...
This is the sort of thing that happens in America, not in Australia. So the album's out. What's next? Are there some live shows?
There's lots of live shows, and and big corporate shows, and hopefully things with orchestras like I did with Tina Arena in Perth. That was great. And then I'm writing a book about my travels, the travels around the world.
Alfredo Malabello. What a beautiful name. I'm just boring Alan Jones. He's Ross Geddes. You're Alfredo Malabello. It's got music to it.
Well, Alfredo and Malabello. Malabello means bad and beautiful.
Bad and beautiful.
I know.
Isn't it something? The album's called The Two of Us, released through Universal Music.
Guys talk, girl talk, it happens everywhere. Eyes watch, girls walk with tender love and care. It's keeping track of the fact.
And just coming back to this point, the boys, how are your boys?
My sons?
Yeah.
They're good. They've grown up. I have my son Fabian and Julian, and they're good boys. Fabian needed help flying, getting out there, and I've set him up with a recording studio, and he's very talented.
What's he make of his dad?
You know what? 3 years ago, as I said, when we had this crisis point, my children were angry at me for just angry young men. But now they look at me and they say, you know what, Dad, good on you. And I think even if I don't leave them anything other than the thing that if you don't give up, if it really burns inside you and you want to keep going and you don't give up, you will get there.
It's a fantastic story. It's a beautiful story.
Thanks.
Mind you, he does have ability as well. That helps. Have a listen to this. It's just extraordinary.
Two of us, we can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us.
Alfredo Malabello. Alfredo, good luck.
Thank you.
You're great. It's a great, great story. The album's called The Two of Us, and it's released through Universal Music.